Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we're going to lay out the FTC's cautions to the public about the use and, more importantly, the potential misuse of big data analytics. And then we're going to talk about Apple's latest in a series of acquisitions, this one in the field of Emotient. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. The Market Research Association Director of Government Affairs, Howard Feinberg, released a summary of the Federal Trade Commission's cautionary warning about the use and misuse of big data analytics. The agency conceded its value to companies and consumers on multiple levels in a document called Big Data, a Tool for Inclusion or Exclusion, Understanding the Issues. The report divides the typical big data area into 4 phases: collection, compilation and consolidation, analysis, and use. And the FTC noted that research shows potential for incorporating errors and biases at every one of those 4 stages. And that means that its regulatory focus could cover all 4 phases of big data analytics. Section 5 of the report in particular, according to Feinberg, is most relevant to researchers because it advises big data users to, quote, consider whether they are violating material promises to consumers, whether that promise is to refrain from sharing data with third parties, providing consumers with choices about sharing, or safeguarding consumers' personal information, end of quote. FTC's report also raises concern about, quote, selling data to customers that a company knows or has reason to know will use the data for fraudulent purposes, end of quote. Now, there is much to ponder in Feinberg's summary, and we are linking to his work. It is an important and timely read. Next, speaking of important, Apple made an interesting acquisition late last week. Now in its 4th year of operation, Emotient is a San Diego-based artificial intelligence startup that Apple took control of in the later stages of the last week, as I mentioned. Emotient describes itself on its website as, quote, the leader in emotion detection and sentiment analysis based on facial expressions, end of quote. And it also claims to be, quote, at a vanguard of a new wave of emotion analysis that will lead to a quantum leap in customer understanding and emotion-aware computing, end of quote. Further, Emotient says it delivers, quote, direct measurement of a customer's unfiltered emotional response to ads, content, products and customer service, or sales interactions, end of quote. Now, while Apple, in typical fashion, did not want to explain its interest in Emotient, it has been, quote, scooping up smaller companies that are under the radar, end of quote, at a dramatically increased rate. That's the assessment of Evan Niu of The Motley Fool. Niu wrote that Emotient technology can be most useful in focus groups, although Apple has little or no use for that normally. But Niu believes image recognition and facial detection are probably the keen interest of Apple, as they are with so many tech giants. It will help users with their stories, managing them, and searching personal libraries. Niu further noted that a few months ago, Apple acquired a company called VocalQ. It's a speech recognition technology, and Niu speculates a potential Apple interest in using both VocalQ and Emotient capabilities in order to bolster artificial intelligence in Apple's Siri function. That's your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. It's in your best interest to check out sotech.com, and we hope you will do so for all the right reasons for your own personal use. Have a great research day, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here with us tomorrow.